Harvest Hands has been around for 3 years as an organization. In reality, Harvest Hands as a vision has been around a lot longer.
Maybe you don't need so much to search for the will of God as let the will of God find you. And I think that's what's happening for me at Harvest Hands, that God is opening doors and all I need to do is walk through them and trust.
Have you ever seen the wonder in the eyes of a child?
This lot right here is actually kind of where Harvest Hands started, in a sense, in this neighborhood. We were asked by our neighborhood association to do something about the crack house that was on top of the hill in the neighborhood. And it went from being this place of the people in the neighborhood would look at and say, you know, it's a place of death, a place of fear, to a place that became known as a positive place, a place of life. Not long after that, we actually bought this house across the road over here. That became what was known as the Harvest House, and we started our after-school program there. Then we outgrew that space within a year and moved to the other building.
I can't stop doing it because I feel good when I leave this place. There's something kind of infectious about what's going on here.
I really feel that this is my place to serve others. Just being able to see the children grow and change because of the program here at Harvest Hands.
Yeah, it's clearly evident that the people here care about the children. It goes beyond just these walls at Harvest Hands. They come to their after-school programs. They visit with them during lunchtime. It's just a wonderful place. You don't get that everywhere. Before Jessica started at Harvest Hands, she was at a different after-school program, and she would come home crying. She would not want to go to school, and since she's been at Harvest Hands, she's just happy. She has expressed a desire to get to know Christ more, to have everything that we try to teach her at home emphasized or re-emphasized after school and after school program is so valuable.
A lot of our ministry is in this urban community here, is to take a community that maybe has been neglected or ignored and say, no, this is something else, that there's potential here. But one of the things we do every day is we have an after-school program that has about 50 kids in it. If Harvest Hands didn't exist, probably wouldn't have a place to go after school, and we believe it really makes a difference in our neighborhood because it keeps kids off the street, to help them to come to know what it means to have a relationship with God and to become a follower of Jesus. We really emphasize that as part of what we do.
We tend to forget that God is everywhere, in the little things, in the smiles, you know. And Harvest Hands is loaded with tons of little things that string together and make a huge difference.
Hay un lugar donde ellos pueden venir y ser ayudados.
There's a place where they can come and be helped.
Y donde tienen la oportunidad de conocer del amor de Dios.
Where they have the opportunity to learn about the love of God.
And then we do a mentoring program for teenagers, and the guys is called Mimic, which means the men in mentoring and community. You know, our basic mission statement is pretty simple. It's just to teach young men to follow the way of Jesus. But instead of telling kids, you know, that you should get a job or you should be doing something productive, we have created some businesses. And the young men run a business called the Humphrey Street Coffee Company, and teach the guys how to run a business, what that means, what it means to be a good worker.
Well, I went with Mr. Brian to Idaho, and I learned how to roast with him, and it was real fun.
And with that, we create a revenue for our community. We also create college scholarships that they help earn. Really, the first business we started was the Women of Wisdom, the WOW soap making. The first day they ever made soap was out on that front lawn outside, and the young ladies started making soap, and we just had a lot of folks who were interested in it, and it's just a good gathering place where they make the soap. They do a mentoring program, kind of teach young women what it means to be a woman of wisdom, a woman who is committed to loving God, to loving people, and to really making a difference in their neighborhood.
I make soap, and it's called WOW soap. We use a lot of oils, we use lye, and I like selling it.
We try not to do things for people and make them dependent on us. We try to empower folks to stand on their own, to be empowered, to really have the skills and the confidence to make something of their life.
And again, all of that is to make a difference in this, you know, in this neighborhood, in this part of town, and that spreads, you know, because that moves from these children to the children that are outside, and then it goes further and further. And this is just like the heart of it all. You know, it's the heart of where hope begins in this area town.
I just feel that Harvest Hands is really making that difference, and once you start mentoring here, you will want to come back and find other ways to volunteer as well.
Now I have a place to continue reaching out and being with children. There's so much in the moment, and I love that about them, and they also stretch me and challenge me. It's just very rewarding to be in ministry with children.
They're not just staying at home and watching TV all the time. They're here, they're studying, they're reading, and I just know that that growth is going to make such a difference in their lives as they continue to get older and become citizens of Nashville.
In any neighborhood, to really make a significant difference over the long haul, you have to really raise up a generation of leaders, even when they're not with us. It's about being respectful and about understanding their own responsibility.
I want to be a person that encourages people to challenge and do new things.
Some organizations, maybe similar to ours, often try to raise kids up to send them out of the neighborhood. Part of what we're trying to do is transform not only the lives of teenagers and young men and young women and families, we're trying to transform our neighborhood as well, so that those students, when they're raised up, that they don't feel like they have to leave the community forever, but they can come back and feel like they have a place here in the neighborhood, a place where they want to return, a place where they can come and work and have jobs and raise a family. And so to us, success isn't leaving the community and moving on up. It's being empowered to make a difference in your own neighborhood.
That opens up your heart.
I am Harvest Hands.
I am Harvest Hands.
I am Harvest Hands.
I am Harvest Hands.
I'm Harvest Hands.
I am Harvest Hands.
You as you are. That's God.